Hello, second graders. This is Mrs. Breaux. Today we are doing Unit 7, Lesson 12. We're still subtracting with three-digit numbers, but today, instead of using flat sticks and dots, we're going to use expanded notation. It should be a little easier than the drawing, or you might like the drawing. Let's see what our lesson is about today, and we're going to use our number cubes again. So let's switch our camera so we can see what workshop is. All right. Now, normally in this lesson, you would have a number cube and a letter cube. But today, we have two number cubes. So my first roll is going to tell me which row I'm going to start in. And my second number I roll is going to tell me which column I'm going to solve the problem in. So the first number cube I'm going to roll tells me that it's a 3. So I'm going to go down to row 3. Let me adjust my camera. And then, so I'm going to be solving a problem in row 3. Now, to get the right column, I'm going to roll a second number cube. If I get a 1 or a 6, I'm going to be in column A. If I get a 2 or a 5, I'll be in column B. And if I get a 3 or a 4, I'll be in column C. Let's roll that number cube and see where we land. I got a 6. So that means I'm in row 3, and I got a 6, so I'm in column A. So let's go down and see what that problem looks like. Row 3, column A, looks like this. Now we learned in our lessons with Miss Lujan that this is whole minus part 1 is equal to part 2. So we can rewrite this as a subtraction problem. 752 minus 281 is equal to that missing number. Now, in our last lessons, we solved problems using flat sticks and dots. Today, we're going to be using expanded notation. So we are going to write our first value in expanded form. 700 plus 50 plus 2. Then we're going to write our second number in expanded form. 200 plus 80 plus 1. We're also going to circle our operation here. We're going to write it here and circle it so we remember that we're subtracting. Now, just like with flat sticks and dots, we're still going to start in our ones place. So when we subtract the ones, we have 2 minus 1, which is, that's right, it's 1. I'm going to go ahead and draw my plus signs in there because I know my answer is also going to be in expanded form, just like it was when we did addition. Then we're going to subtract the tens. 50 minus 80. Can we do it? No, we don't have enough. So just like we did with our flats and sticks, we can regroup 100 to make a 10. But instead of drawing it, we can cross it out and write the number. So if we regroup 100, now we have 600, and instead of 50, we have 150. And we know that 150 minus 80, if we're not quite sure, we can count up from 80 to 150. So we could count, hold on to 80, then we could count 90, 100, 110. Remember, we're counting by tens. So 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150. We counted 5 and 2 more, so that leaves us 70. We could also count back from 150 8 times counting by tens. Then we need to subtract the hundreds. We have 600 minus 200. We can count up from 200 to 600, counting by hundreds. We can count, hold on to 200, then we can count 300, 400, 500, 600. We have 400. So our answer is 400 plus 70 plus 1, which is 471. Great job. So just like with flats, sticks, and dots, we need to remember to start in the ones place. If we don't have enough, we can regroup from the tens. In this problem, we had enough. Then we subtract in the tens. If we don't have enough, we can regroup from the hundreds by crossing out, writing 100 less, and writing 100 more in the tens. Then we can subtract. When we subtract in the hundreds, we need to subtract from our new 100 value, not our old one. That's why the crossing out is important, so we don't get tricked. Let's see if we can do another one. Once again, I'm going to roll my first number cube to tell me which row to work in. Row 2. Then I'm going to roll my second number cube to tell me which column I work in. I'm in column A if I roll a 1 or a 6. I'm in column B if I roll a 2 or a 5. And in column C if I roll a 3 or a 4. Let's see where we land. Oh, 6 again. That means we are in row 2, column A. We're going to solve this problem. So we have 590 minus a number is equal to 298. We can rewrite this as 590 minus 298 is equal to a number. Remember, we're using expanded notation in our work today. So let's write our first number in expanded form. 500 plus 90 plus 0. And our second number is 200 plus 90 plus 8. We want to make sure we circle our operation so that we remember that we're subtracting. We're still going to bring down our plus signs because our final answer is going to be in expanded form, and then we'll put it back together to get standard form. Now, let's start in the ones place. We have no ones and we're subtracting 8. Can we do it? That's right, we can't. We have to regroup from the tens. So we're going to cross out 90, leave 80, and make this 10. Now we can subtract. 10 minus 8 leaves 2. Now let's go to the tens. 80 minus 90. Can we do it? Nope. Now we have to regroup again. We're going to cross out 500, make it 400, and bring the 100 to the tens place. This is now 180 minus 90. If you're not quite sure what 180 minus 90 is, you can use your strategy from earlier in the year to count up to find that number. Remember to count by tens. Starting at 90, count up. So we can count 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180. How many tens did we count up? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. 180 minus 90 is 90. Great job. Now subtract your hundreds. 400 minus 200. You can count back easily with this one. 400 minus 200. Count back. 300 200. Now you have an answer in expanded form. 200 plus 90 plus 2 is 292. Today's work with regrouping is very similar to what you did with flat sticks and dots. It's very important that you cross out the number to show that you're regrouping and rewrite your new value so you don't get tricked. Remember, you can still use count up and count back for those big numbers. Don't be afraid to do so. I hope you have fun with your solve subtraction bingo today. Remember, your number cubes, if you don't have any, you can get them from a game you have at home, or I know that some phones have an app where you can roll dice. Or you can have a parent or family member guess a number for you. Have fun with your workshop. Visit your teacher during office hours if you need help. I hope you had fun doing subtraction with expanded notation today. It's a little bit easier than drawing flat sticks and dots. I'll see you next time, second grade.